will not work. We will increase number. We will make it work. We have people who can make it work. It is not possible. We have what it takes. I can tell you we will secure this country. I know what I'm doing, what I'm saying. We will deal with issue. When we deal with issue of security, then we start putting people out of poverty. The more you put people out of poverty, the more you reduce criminality. When people are hungry, but they don't know where that thing will come from, they become criminals. If you give them food, you reduce criminality. It's simple. It's in different countries all over the world. You have different types of agitations today because we have a problem. Were they there yesterday? No. Yesterday the country was good. There was profit. There was something to share. So everybody was living peaceful. When there's nothing to share, there's problem. Because the only thing people share is profit. They don't share loss. In loss, they quarrel. That's where the country is today. We will bring back the country again. And we'll make it work. We will deal with the other issues that are besetting our nation today. Issue of corruption. People have said they will fight corruption. If anybody says you fight corruption, let him tell you where the last opportunity he had to manage public money, how you manage it. I, Peter Obi, was governor of Anambra State for 8 years. Go there and show me where their money is missing. I can tell you, I won #1 at NDG. The only thing Nigeria signed in year 2000, first minister here is NDG. It was NDG that China mistreated into the development agenda and was able to pull 439 million people out of poverty. It was NDG that India mistreated into the development agenda and put 269 people out of poverty. That is what Vietnam used to pull over 45 million people out of poverty. In Nigeria, we didn't do it and we threw more people into poverty. But Anambra State was #1 when it ended. They told me #1, go to our schools. Our schools was closed for 2 years. One of the candidates mentioned it, he said it everywhere. But today, go #1, we are #1, 2011, 12 and 13. You know, some of you, all I can say is go and verify when we're able to do that. As governor of the state, I signed over 10,000 documents for CFOs. Go and ask if you see one land that already allocated to P2B. Come and stop campaigning. When I left the state, I left in Access Bank. It's a bank in Nigeria. I left in Access Bank $50 million and over 10 billion naira. I left in Diamond Bank $50 million and over 10 billion naira. I left in Fidelity Bank $50 million and over 10 billion naira. Until today, Anambra have never paid me 1 naira as gratuity or pension. I left 8 years ago. You can go and verify it. So if anybody said he was fighting corruption, let him tell us how he managed public money before. I was chairman of Security and Exchange Commission. Go there and ask them whether one day I took shooting allowance or they gave me 1 naira. There are places. So if anyone said he's going to fight corruption, fighting corruption is easy. If you are not stealing, your wife and children are not stealing, those around you are not stealing, you're reaching by 70%. We will fight corruption. We will fight it to the stand still. Today, people are stealing government money. People are stealing. Nigeria is the only country. Nigeria is the only country in OPEC that is not producing its quota, apart from Venezuela because of sanctions. And why are we not doing it? Because our oil is stolen. Who can steal oil? Nobody here can steal oil. people still know you are people in government. For you to still oil, a ship has to come in. Somebody will authorize that ship to come in. Somebody will authorize it to go out. It is not, oil is not sweet. You put in your pocket. And the waste is too much. We have a deficit, a crippling deficit. We have a crippling deficit of our budget, and we are allowing people to steal our oil. It's unheard of. Between January of this year to 30th of April, Nigerian total revenue was 1.6 trillion. Our total expenditure was 4.7 trillion. We have 3.1 trillion deficit. And people are stealing our oil. It can't continue. We will stop it. Just to show you, and this is our deficit. Let me show you what we lost in 2 months in oil. In July, our total production was 1,083,000. That means every day we were losing 717,000. Multiplied by 31 days is 22,227,000. The average price of oil in that month was 110. If you multiply, we lost $2,445,000,000. Let's just leave 750 and multiply with 550. It's 1,344,750,000,000. That's what we lost in 1 month. In the month of August, it was worse. In the month of August, it was worse. We were producing 975,000 barrels. So we are losing 825. So over the 1 month, we lost 25 million barrels. At 100 naira average, we lost $2.5 billion, about 1.4. So in 2 months, Nigeria lost, we lost nearly $5 billion or equivalent of 2.8 trillion naira. Which country can operate like that? It cannot. We are paying subsidy. Subsidy is organized crime. There's no way Nigeria can consume the number of money we pay in non-subsidy. That is the money we want to save and throw into productive sector in the north and get this unemployed youth that is giving everybody problem to have something to do and we reduce their criminality. It is doable. It is not rocket science. It's happening in other nations. It can happen in Nigeria. So my dear people, all I plead is that, yes, as we know, as P2P goes around, there's all sorts of news. There's all sorts of things which I'm not here to defend A or B, but anything that you want me to clarify, I'll clarify. But I want to assure you, today, I'm a Nigerian. I believe in Nigeria. I want to give Nigerians hope. I want to ensure that if you say the North have the highest out of school children, I want to reduce it. I can deal with it. Why? Those children that you said they don't go to school have learned Quran and work with the Islamic centers and Malams to teach the skills. And put the skills and read them at the point. If they can learn Quran, they are very intelligent. And I'll teach them skills. And if I teach them skills, I'll support them because they're going to put money in micro, small businesses. They'll have a business to do. They'll have a future. And when we give them a future, we'll change them. There's a lot we can do to change here. And I'm committed to it. And I want you to tell what I'm doing. And people said to me, what is the manifesto? I said, don't worry. I will give you manifesto. But I'm telling you what I will do. And I want you to take it. And I want you to hold me responsible. I will be in charge. I and Daddy will be in charge. Nobody will find out one thing. We have the physical, we have the mental and physical energy to do this job. And we are ready for it. Let nobody worry about that. I can tell you, we work as a family, we work as a team. Every people there, when I shot him out, I said, that I'm not choosing you because I'm looking for somebody from the north. No, I'm choosing you because I'm passionate that whoever I'm going to do this will be as passionate as I am to turn around the north and tell them, I keep saying it, the future of Nigeria depends on the north. I will unlock it. Because I want to be able to say, I want to turn the entire country into a farmland and use Kanu and Kaduna as processing centers. And you will see it happen. Kaduna here is 46,000 square kilometers of land. Kaduna is 2 times, I can tell you, countries that are that tiny. We can't go on this way. And that is what I want to solve. That is what we want to change. I assure you, I'm sure you have questions. Please feel free to ask me any question. Feel free. I'm here to clarify and tell you who I am. But most important, you know that this is Peter Obi. I'm a Nigerian. I believe in Nigeria. I live for Nigeria. Every day, all I want now is opportunity to create a new future for Nigeria. Next year's election, I'm pleading with you, should not be based on the perimeters we used before. I don't want you, we are not having a new MD for this company called Nigeria. I don't want you to hire people based on tribe. Please, don't hire people based on religion. Don't hire people based on my tongue. Don't hire people based on anything. I'm telling you, all this is what the elites used to confuse us, to keep us where we are. No, there's no tribe that is enjoying anything today. The people in the north don't buy bread cheaper than people in the south. The poor people in the north are poor. The poor people in the south are poor. There's no uninterrupted light in the north. There's nothing in the north that is lacking in the south. There's no in the south that is lacking in the north. All of them are suffering. There's no place anybody buys anything cheap because of religion. I'm a Christian. The Central Mosque in London, I lived my life in London. Went to the best schools there, from Oxford to Cambridge. The Central Mosque in London was graduated by the Queen. The Queen is not a Muslim. In Dubai, I'm a Christian, a Catholic. If you go to Dubai, the Catholic church in Dubai, the land and the church was built by Emir of Dubai. So let nobody give us the excuse again. What we want now is progress. What we want now is to employ our youth. Next year's election must be based on character we can trust. What we are telling now is, listen to all of us. All of us are going to have a well-written manifesto, a well-written document we read out, a well-written this. But what we are telling now is, who among us will you trust? It is a trust issue. Who among us will you trust? We want a character we can trust next year. Who is more competent? Election next year must be on character we can trust. It must be incompetence. It must be incapacity and commitment to start doing the right thing for the first day. We must stop this abuse of our country based on premodern excuses. It is hurting us, and we will take a just revenge on our children. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. This is against the ground rule. Our ground rule has been violated. Our distinguished speaker, we appreciate you. And we thank you for this wonderful session. Let me now hand over to the panel and Mr. Chairman. wanted to invite the deputy chairman to kickstart the panel discussion so that we now go to others to continue. Mr. Peter Obi, you are now available for questioning to start with the panel. Thank you very much, sir.
Your Excellency, the presidential candidate and his running mate. One of the objectives of this forum is to provide a platform to a candidate to explain certain issues about him or about what he wants to do. Now I want to start rolling, the ball rolling, by, and then Mr. Sir, we grill people when they come here. Now I want to, you said something in your presentation that you signed so and so number of COOs. There was none from for you and your visit, but how many were for people from the northern side of the country or even other parts of the country? How many? And secondly, you were reported to have asked northerners to carry ID cards or tags of identification. This is a platform for you to talk about them and explain issues. Thank you.
Sir, do you want to take all the questions or you want to answer all of them as they come?
Let me answer them as they come, so I will remember.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vice Chairman. Co-chairman, sorry. Co-chairman, I apologize. Let me, the co-chairman asked a very valid question. And that question is important. Co-chairman, let me tell you, they've asked me this question. You know, the first person to ask me this question was Dr. Dati. And I said to him, my brother Dati, go to Anambra State, go to the whole of Nigeria, spend your money, spend everything. If you see anybody who is carrying ID card and he said it's from the north while you live in Anambra State, or anybody who tell you this is here I maltreated people from other parts of Nigeria while I was governor, come, I will stop campaigning. I will withdraw and go home. Number two, it's important that I take all this. When I was coming in here, when I came in here now, somebody told me, he said, Peter, your brother, my brother, the governor of Kaduna State, said that he came to my state and I detained him. Let me tell you, it's good when you answer, when these things happen, you clarify them. Number one, in my 8 years of being governor, only in the first 3 months did I have a commission. 3 months. And that because I met the person. At the time the governor said this, it was during the election. The police commissioner then, the police was from Kano. Tell me, my powers, I was in Africa. Government was PDP and APC. Tell me how an African person will issue order for somebody to be detained. Even me was detained in my local government. And I was working for. But however, all of us I committed is that when they asked me, I said, that's how they treat everybody, that I wouldn't be in Kaduna on day of election. That was the only thing. And it took there's no way, I cannot do that. co-chairman. I never asked anybody to carry ID. As governor of Anambra State, I have the best ADC in Nigeria, the best policeman. My ADC, Mohammed, is from Kano. He's the best policeman till today that I've ever met. He's from Kano. Who will I give the order? Will governor go and give order on himself? So how will I tell Mohammed, who lives in my house every day and close to his family, I get up and say, Mohammed, I want to deal with your people. And he will say there, call my ADC today, I'll give you his phone number. He's the best policeman, he's still a policeman, he's CSP now. And he will tell you. So when people there, Peter Obi is black. 2019, I was vice president. No, I was good man. Now I want to be president, I become bad man. I did not do anything wrong. I want to change Nigeria. Land, yes. When I said I signed CFO, I didn't say I gave people land. Remember what I said? All those land that are signed are people who applied. I never one day said I gave A or B land. I bought land myself. I said, so I'm going to give you phone number of the leadership of Muslims in Anambra State. Ask them their relationship with Peter Obi. And they will tell you, if there's anything, I keep saying it, Unsa rice in Kanu. I told that thing, and I told Slav. I said Unsa rice went to look for loan in 3 banks. They didn't give him. He came to us. I said we'll finance him. He's the biggest rice farmer. He's in Kanu. And I discuss with him every day on the way forward of farming. And he knows my commitment to what I'm saying about the land here. So it has nothing to do anybody who is telling you this. Just like I told you, in 2019, I was a good man. The only offense I committed now is that I want to be president.
Thank you. Let me give to Ajia Sadatu. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, I've seen you in pictures. I'm seeing you face to face for the first time. Your Excellency, if you look at the picture above your head, it's the picture of Sir Ahmadu Bello, the father of Northern Nigeria. He has taught us to love our Muslims and Christian brothers and sisters the same. As a Muslim housewoman, how will you make me comfortable to have a government that Peter Obi is the president? How will I be comfortable? Because your social media people have to do a lot of work to convince us that you are not anti-North. Thank you, sir.
What you are saying, man, I've told you this, and that is exactly what I'm going to say again. All these things that came out now, were they not there in 2019? Because all they're telling me now is this offense started in 2021 when I declared to be president. But let me tell you, one of the greatest investments I want to do is in women. A country today, a basket case. A country today we can refer to a basket case. Few years ago, a country we can use. Excuse me. A country you can use as a basket case today compared to Nigeria few years ago is doing well today because of the power of these women. And which country is that? Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a country of 163 million people. In 2010, I was in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, their per capita income was $707. Today, it's 3 times that, about 2,300. As of 2010, Bangladesh was $747 per capita. Nigeria was 2,260. Today, we are 1,980. They have moved to, so they've done 3 times, and we've lost about 11%. And what is Bangladesh's greatest export? Clothing. They did 36 billion worth of clothing. And if you go in the clothing industry in Bangladesh, they have nearly 8 to 10 million people involved in manufacturing of clothing and clothing related carrying this thing. 60% are women, and they are home. And you know, whether you like it or not, we have some sense of respect. If women are determined to do anything, they must get it. They're very industrious. I work with them in the bank. I gave women over 40%. My chief of staff was a woman. My deputy governor was a woman. My finance commissioner was a woman. Accountant guy was a woman. Head of service was a woman. Commissioner of education was a woman. Commissioner of local government was a woman. I believe in it. So I can assure you, Mom, I'll take care. I'll unlock. If there's anything I can say, and I want you to take it on tape, I'll unlock the knot. Because I know what this country is waiting for. We want to feed ourselves. We can't feed ourselves by importing food. We can't feed ourselves by our young ones being productive at home. They have to do something. I will make them productive. The women will be there. We are going to do something for them. And I assure you, when I went to the flower fields in Kenya, we were 1 women. So they will be there. They will work. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Peter Obi, the same thing, Your Excellency. I'm meeting you for the first time. You've dealt a lot on resources. My questions will be on resources. There is urban demand for rural land, and there is also rural demand for urban land. Northern Nigeria is very vast. What are your plans for, number 1, urban renewals in view of the decay of some of our cities? 2, what are your plans for rural development in view of the fragile ecosystem of northern Nigeria, vis-a-vis the rich, finite and infinite resources that you have just spoken of? What are those secrets? What are the windows that we would love to hear from you? Thank you.
If I understand it, for me, you know, when I said here, I said we'll deal with 3 banks. The 3 banks we're going to deal with are said Bank of Agriculture, Bank of Industry, and Bank of Infrastructure. Remember, we have an urban bank in Nigeria. We will make those banks work for urban renewal. The rural infrastructure, due to the poverty, we're going to use the resources of government to do it. You need to see what was done in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, there was no big building, beautiful buildings in the cities, but they have rural roads to the farm, rural roads to the villages, where women were doing cotton, where women were sewing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the resources of government to deal with the rural infrastructure. Urban renewal will be done by involving urban bank, involving infrastructure that people have to pay. Because those who live in urban areas, it's like when you talk about power, there's places we have to do power subsidized. There's places where people have to pay the real price because they can afford it. And remember, when we change the economy and there's growth, people have more disposable income, unlike today. Thank you.
Yeah. Baba no, don't worry, sir. Don't try.
My name is Babiola Mohamed Tongo. By way of preamble, let me first of all agree with you that the North needs unlocking. And in the same breath, disagree with you that the North is poor. If the North is poor, we wouldn't be hosting the most number of people that are not indigenous to the North. Because of the wealth that's in the North. That is why you have everybody from every part of this country living here. And again, to preface my question, I think part of it is if the farmers of Saminaka will stop farming maize, most of our flour mills in Nigeria will close down. Just Saminaka area. These are unorganized, unmechanized, non-commercial farmers. So the North is rich. Like I said, I agree with you, it needs unlocking. When you were making a presentation, I was hoping that I would have an equal number of time, an equal number of minutes, or maybe to engage you on a different platform. Because the questions in my mind, if I have to ask them on this platform to use a word that is that may be cumbersome with, I may be excommunicated. And on this platform. Now, when you are talking, I was just listening to what you didn't say. I'm trying to listen to what you are not saying. And it is the topical issue today in northern Nigeria, or in most parts of this country. The issue of irredentism, bigotry. I don't feel safe as a northerner. I can't load my cattle from Yola and take it to Onitsha Market or Anambra State. That may be the beginning of my economic ruination, because the truck and my animal may be burned down, including the life of the driver and his mates. I have seen Fulani homestays were banned, the people dragged on the street and lynched. I'm a Fulani man, and I'm talking as a Fulani man and a northerner. That's why I say I would have loved to engage you on a different platform where we may discuss these things. Now,
please respect.
you understand what I'm saying?
Respect yourself.
What do you have? You didn't tell me anything to make me feel that I will be safe in a Nigeria that you are a leader. Thank you very much.
I agree. Let me tell you. Hello, I want us to listen. Let me tell you, sir. I'm actually inclined to have that discussion with you. As a leader, as somebody who wants to serve, let me tell you people, there's two most important ingredients to leadership is listening and learning. People must learn to listen and learn. What he said is very important. What he said is critical to our future. So you didn't make anything. And remember what I said when I had a question. I said, ask me all questions. Today in Nigeria, there's problems everywhere. When I talk about here, I talk about North. I didn't say, remember what I said? I said the North is the greatest asset of Nigeria. So that shows it's the richest. All I said is I've not been unlocked. That I'm going to unlock it. That's number one. Number two, I've said it in all different forums. When people ask me about agitators from various parts of Nigeria, whether it's Oduduwa in Southwest, IPOB or this in North, that is, let me say categorically, in a democracy, you dialogue, you discuss, and you consult. You must be by consensus. I'm going to dialogue with anybody who is agitating, who is not happy. I must exhaust reason. And when I exhaust reason, I'll deal with it. I'll be in charge. But I'm not going to rule people by military might. I'm going to give anybody space. If you say you're Niger Delta, you're not happy, I'll come and see you. If you say from the North, I'll come and see you. I'll stay with everybody. But I can tell you, the Nigeria that you will serve, everybody will be safe. If anybody do the type of thing you're doing, we will deal with it. Nobody will do it. Because we have given everybody a chance to see that there's a new face, there's a new beginning, that we are trying to build a country that is united, a country where we love each other. I own businesses today run by people in the North. So I own businesses today run by the people in the North. I own a business today run by a Northerner that gives me every year a profit that can make me live. And the person running it is a Northerner. So if you can run my business, why not? I have my colleagues all over the place. I have Northerners that do business with today. I can name 4 or 5 businesses in the North here which I have huge investment in. I don't want to risk it. So I know it isn't. Anybody can tell you anything, and it's easy to say, oh, this person is this, or this person is that. When you go and tell the person, like I said, bring one person with the ID card, it doesn't exist. Bring one person with this, it doesn't exist. But it's easy to do it. And I'm saying, if all this was there, nobody would have seen it in 2019. But nobody saw it there. Until now, it came up because my position changed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Please, our distinguished audience, be patient with us. Everybody that have come here, they are open to interrogation, and they have declared, and Mr. Peter Obi has said categorically that they should ask him any question. So before I call Dr. Akin Babane, let me give one testimonial. In February 2010, I was at Government House, Oka, and Mr. Peter Obi declared to us, with my boss that I went with, that anytime the Anambra big boys are moving, with their convoy. He stayed aside until they passed. Is that a weakness or a strength? Mr. Peter will add value to that in further discussions. Now, Dr. Akin Babambe, before I open the floor to other members and some questions here with me, can you say something, sir? Thank you.
Thank you much. Thank you very much, Excellency. Excellency, if you become president of Nigeria, you will be the first democratically elected Igbo person. The North has voted for non-Northerners before. We voted for non-Northerners. We voted for Abiola from the South. We voted twice for Obasanjo. We voted for Jonathan. So voting for a non-Northerner is not a big issue for us. I will be perfectly honest with you, the biggest fear for the North is that your success as president will be the price to be paid for peace and security from the Southeast. That is the impression we get, and it worries us. That unless you become president, there will be no peace in the Southeast or parts of Nigeria. That is an impression that is unfortunate. I know you. My younger brother is your running mate, so I know enough about your ticket. But this is the North. Please kindly stand up and tell the North. Tell the North, assure us that your ambition, your candidature, your credibility has nothing to do with the demands that unless you have an Igbo president, there will be no peace in Nigeria. And two, that those people who associate with you, the ambition of Igbo people for the presidency, have a right to do that. But you are going to be a Nigerian president. And when you become a Nigerian president, everybody in this country will identify with you. Please stand up and assure the North that this is the case. Or give us assurances that will make us feel safe and secure under your leadership. Thank you.
Thank you very much. For this question, after the last question, caused a lot. Let me make it obvious and very, very simply. One, I have never, and I'll say it anywhere, please do not vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. I am running this election for the office of the President of Nigeria as a Nigerian who happens to be an Igbo man. I'm not denying where I'm coming from. I'm running it as a Nigerian. And I will live and defend the Constitution of Nigeria. I will govern with the Constitution of Nigeria. I will be just. I will be fair. And I will relate cordially with every part of Nigeria. Those who are actually fearing about me today, I can tell you, will be the greatest beneficiary of my presidency. All they need is to trust me. You voted everybody, which you said. But you have not voted me, Peter. If I may say I'm from that side, that is the change you will see. I'm here for a new Nigeria. I'm not here for, I want Nigerians to believe in Nigeria. Today we have Nigeria, but we don't have Nigerians. We don't have people who carry their passport passport with pride. I want every youth in Nigeria to carry his passport with pride. I want my children who have been to the best schools in the world to say they have a friend from Kano. I said this year I have an ADC from Kano, and I was proud of him. And I speak to him every day. And he said, go and ask the IG. When he asked me, who do you want as your ADC? I said, I want a good policeman. I didn't tell him I want another OB. I wanted a policeman. And he gave me one from Mohammed from Kano. And we lived together. We were not quarreling. I can name you my best friends today are from the north. And I said, in my business, the biggest and most hardworking person is in the north. So, wait a minute, where did all this division came from? It came because the elite conspiracy, those who were not qualified, brought this in order to sustain themselves in office. And I want to remove it so I can create a level playing field for people who are qualified. So be not assured. And I said here, in Kaduna, P2B will be just. Every side of Nigeria will know for once there's a president who is in charge of Nigeria. And I will be everywhere. I'll visit everywhere. I many those years that as president, within the first 1 year, I must visit and sleep in every state of Nigeria. So I can hear the air, I can hear what they want to tell me and what I want to solve, and I'll solve it. It is not going to be easy. Nigeria have problems that is not going to be easy to solve. It's going to be difficult. But I have what it takes to start the journey. And I'm urging you, do not listen. These people, all the people you are seeing have tried it before. I'm not going to remind you like people do in Nigeria. When I got into office, what I saw, or that this man caused it. We are not going to hire somebody to remind us of our past. The past is gone. I'm going to deal with the future, and I'm going to solve it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Director General Sabat Foundation and one other person before I call the vice presidential candidate to have a words before, because time of Maghrib is fast approaching, and we don't want to keep you beyond time. Vijay, can you come here?
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. The question I want to ask you is direct, even though it is a follow-up to the question of Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed. My question is, sincerely speaking, why should the North trust you? Why should the North trust you when you have never, or not to my hearing, condemned the sit at home on Mondays in the Southeast? Why should the North trust you when even just recently your campaign council that you constituted, even in Sokoto and several states in the north, the chairman of your campaign organization were Igbo men. Why should the North trust you when I have not heard you, perhaps you said it somewhere, but I have not heard you categorically condemn IPOP, Eastern Security Network, and their activities? Thank you.
I agree with thank you very much for the direct question. I answered them one after the other. You've not been following my campaign. That's all I can say. One is that Eastern Security Network was formed by government of the Eastern States. These are the governors who formed security things. How can I go and condemn them? I have spoken about sit at home, and I can tell you, there was even a place they mentioned me. You can go, like I said, anything I say, go and verify. Now let me tell you, which is said, okay, it's Presidential Election Council, which you said Presidential Council, Campaign Council, which you said I consulted, is interesting. Is the party chairman in Kaduna here?
Yes.
Chairman? Yes, sir. Were you in the meeting when I spoke to chairman in Abuja?
I was in the meeting, sir.
What did I say?
You said you are never involved in anything that has to do.
I said I didn't put one person on that list. He was there. And after that, I even tweeted, I said, there's certain anomalies that is unacceptable. I tweeted it, and it will be ratified. But you see how people say that, the one which I consulted, not one person there came from me. That is party matter. When party do things, I as a leader, I'm responsible. I take it as my responsibility. And I said, I will dialogue with everybody. That's what I said now. So what you said is in order. I agree with you. I said I will dialogue with every agitator. I don't hide it. It is important. If anybody says he's not happy, I've told you about campaign council. Everything that I do it with all sense of responsibility. And that's it. Like I said, he knows he can tell you a bit more about our relationship, which today he knows, and he tells people, say, listen, I've been with this man for a few months. It is totally different. Yes, I've lived in a circumstance where there's people who will not want you, and they come up with all sorts of things to make sure that you have done this or do this. No, I condemn everywhere there's wrongdoing. I have never condoned wrongdoing anywhere in Nigeria, and I will not condone it. It doesn't matter, because I believe that we can sort all this out, and we have to. And all these things we are bringing out is what will make us a better united Nigeria if somebody like me serves tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. One of our elders, like Yaya Kwande, that you are very aware, is one of the oldest northern elders. Want to ask one or two questions before I invite the vice presidential candidate to come and talk to us. Thank you, sir. But before he asks his question, I have two questions here. One on the infrastructural deficit, how you intend to go about it, and the other one is incessant flooding in the north, and your policy on okay.
Your Excellency, no, I don't understand. No. Your Excellency, are you with me? It appears the emphasis of your campaign has been based on the youth. And in my part of Nigeria, every church now is only talking about Peter Obi as if he is the only Christian contestant. These questions of mine What are you going to get a camp that will put the elderly people in Nigeria? Because you have not been talking about, all the time people are talking about the youth. Is that we are having problem on my part of Nigeria about you being a Christian. We want a president that will hold Nigeria together. We want a president that will look after the youth and the elderly men. But it appears as if the emphasis of your campaign has been based on these two. That will break Nigeria.
No, I need to say beside my daddy when I come. Daddy, if you are above 50 years, you are assumed to be on this side. So I'm already on this side. That's why I'm not talking about that us. When I say the greatest assets, the greatest physical assets of Nigeria is the vast land on the north. The greatest human assets of Nigeria is youth. Today, all we need is to take care of you. Unless we support the youth, they will earn revenue to support their parents. What is happening now?
Please be patient, we don't have the time.
What is happening now is that parents pay their children's school fees, their children leave school, and they're at home and they're feeding them. That is dangerous. Because when they get old, without anything to fall back on, they will destroy everything. So in their productive age, we want to make them productive. Yes. And it's when they make them productive that they can look after the elders. And that's what we're talking. We cannot abandon the elders. Or what you're talking about, all other things you're talking is my opponents are bent on painting me every day black. All I ask is that I was vice presidential candidate in 2019. All these things they say I am today. Where was I yesterday? I served with notable Nigerians. I've chaired several companies. As chairman of those companies, Northerners are there. Go ask Jaramagoro, who nominated me to be chairman of Fidelity Bank. He's a Northerner. I served on a board with him. There's so many Northerners you can ask about me today. But they are bent on painting me black because I'm campaigning to be president. But I'm telling Nigerians, my presidency will change Nigeria. It will make it a better country for all.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody will be happy with it.
Thank you. The vice presidential candidate, can you 1 minute round up for us so that we can go? And then the chairman to make our presentation immediately after the vice presidential candidate. Thank you very much. Normally, it's a ritual that the compendium of northern position will be presented by the chairman of the panel, and then we will receive the vote of thanks, and then we will have our national anthem. Thank you very much.
All protocols respectfully observed. My leaders, my chairman. 3 qualities of the Northerner. The Northerner is known to accept the will of my Almighty Allah. The Northerner is known to uphold the truth. The Northerner is known for promoting fairness, equity, and justice. This has historically been our trademark. Very briefly, the stability of Africa is a subject in world affairs. The stability of Nigeria is a factor in African affairs. And indeed, the stability of northern Nigeria is the peace and prosperity of Nigeria. 10 things I will say about Peter Obi. Arewa, the North is safe with Peter Obi because he has the history. Arewa is secure with Peter Obi because he has the legacy. Arewa is prosperous with Peter Obi because he has a proven record. Arewa will be educated under Peter Obi because he has the capacity. Arewa will be united under Peter Obi because he has the character. Arewa will be integrated under Peter Obi because he has the capacity. Arewa will be productive under Peter Obi because he has the experience and commitment. Arewa will be industrialized under Peter Obi because he has the knowledge. Arewa will be stable because Peter Obi has control. Above all, Arewa will be peaceful under Peter Obi because he has the magic wand. My leaders, brothers and sisters, it is better to have a leader, not a ruler, a leader that is thirsty to make you happy, a leader that is in a hurry to please you, than to have a leader who thinks he owns you because you are his own. Peter Obi is that leader. Nigeria has never had it this good, and I ask all of us not to throw this golden opportunity away. Nigeria has never had it this good. A combination of President Peter Obi, and the meaning of a President Peter Obi is that Nigeria has united. Once we unite, that is the beginning of the end of our problems. Brothers and sisters, let us not throw this golden, once in the nation's history opportunity away. This is the time for a new Nigeria. This is the time to go with Peter Obi. This is the time to vote Peter Obi. I thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll invite the chairman to make the presentation of our compendium to the presidential candidate, and I have the honor to immediately have a group photograph with the panel members and steering committee, while our father, the co-chair, Waziri Katsina, will give the vote of thanks. Thank you, sir. Can you give the vote of thanks? That's you. Mike.
Let me use the opportunity to thank the presidential candidates and his running mate and their team for coming over here. Our elders for being here throughout the day and throughout the program, and all those who have come. We want to send the press and the security agency and the organizing committee and the anchor in particular. We want to say a very good thank you, and we wish everybody the best. Yeah, a safe return to his or her destination. Thank you very much indeed.
Yes.
We are going to have the national anthem as we have the group photograph with members of the steering committee and elders. We would like to have the elders, please, so I can join with them. Members of steering committee, please come up for the photograph. Yes, national anthem. Nigeria. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
maza abun koyo Ahmadu Bello Sardauna na tuno ba'atinsa shi ka saka nake kuka ji maza abun koyi Ahmadu Bello Sardauna na tuno ba'atinsa sai ya saka Rabu Ubangijin kowa yarda ka so ka daidai wato kuma daidai wato kuma daidai wato kuma daidai wato kuma raka ya Allah yarda ka so ka daidai shi ka tasarrufin wawa shi ka alamu kan daidai na zaka duro shi Allah share hawa ya mai kuka